The final day of the 2009 BVI Spring Regatta delivered yet more gorgeous sailing weather and plenty of intense racing to leave the sailors on the 121 yachts tired but content. Winds were out of the east again, slightly lighter than the previous 2 days, but no complaints were heard from the sailors. On the Seoul course for the racing fleets, the race team got the 5 divisions away on time and managed to fit in 3 windward leeward races on this final day. First away was Racing A, with the Raikorpu 52 Vincitori blasting off the line to lead the fleet around the course. It's lonely work out in front, but despite the spread on the water, the corrected times were close. Vincitori won this race by 78 seconds and also went on to win the second race and the class overall. Second on the day and overall was the Swan 42 Arethusa. David Aisher's Rogers 46 Yeoman 32 scored a couple of thirds to secure third place overall. In Racing Class B, the regatta belonged to 3 Harkhams, which scored 3 bullets on the final day to secure the class win ahead of a J122 Lost Horizon in second and Curacao Marine in third. Probably the most dominant display was in Racing Class C, where the J100 Bad Girl scored 3 more wins to add to an almost perfect scoreline, marred only by a single second in Friday's first race. Second overall was the Melges 32 Juracan, while Coors Light won the battle of the Melges 24s to take the third spot on the podium. Racing Class D saw really close racing, with a tie for first place between the J27 Jaywalker and the Olsen 30 Russian Roulette. Jaywalker won the tiebreak thanks to more first places. In third was the Kirby 25, the Good, the Bad and the Ugly, just half a point behind the top 2. The J105 Umakua won the Racer Cruiser Fleet by a comfortable 9-point margin from the first 36.7 Kickham Jenny, with Pipe Dream claiming the final podium place, 4 points astern. Over on the Norman course, all fleets sailed just one round the islands race today. In Performance Cruiser A, the Oyster 72 Spirit of Montpellier won the race to take the class win by 4 points from the Arcona 460 Sapphire 3, with the J46 Miss Magic another 5 points behind in third. In Performance Cruising B, Bon Chance had her worst race of the regatta on the final day, scoring a 4th, but it was good enough to secure her the class win by 7 points from the first 40.7 Coyote, which leapt onto the podium thanks to a second today. The J36 Cayanita Grande had a 9th place in the final race, which dropped her from second to third overall. The Bareboat A fleet saw an amazing 3-way tie at the end of today's race. The tie was broken in favour of Justice, thanks to her 2 wins on the first day, while Heeren van Staal II took second place, with Team Germany in third. In contrast, Bareboat B saw a clear winner, with Saga Boy Racing adding a third to her 3 firsts and a second scoreline, to take the win by 8 points from Abbey, with Cool Girl taking third. Team Snatchback, with several doctors on board and named after a curious medical procedure, failed in their bid for the podium, which they predicted to us yesterday, but they did score second in this race to lift them to 4th overall. In the jib and main class, the J120 Shamrock scored a win today to lift her into equal first with the modified 30 square metre Diva. Both had a first place in their scoreline, but Diva had a second to beat Shamrock's third, so the series belonged to Diva. The Swan 56 Clover 3 was third, only 1 point behind the top two. There was another tie in the racing multi-hull class when Team Nanny Key won today's race by just 7 seconds. This left Team Nanny Key and Soma with 2 wins and 2 seconds apiece, but the series went to the local trimaran as she had won the final race. The IC24s got in 4 races on this final day of the regatta, and although the Lime crew must have been feeling the pressure as their first day's lead had been whittled away on the second day, they held their nerve to deliver a first, second and 2/3. This gave them the series by a commendable 7 points, ahead of Robbie Hurst's Seahawk. Intac had been holding 3rd place overnight, but a 5th, 6th and 2/7 saw them slip to 4th, behind British J24 sailor Colin Simmons sailing Doolally, who posted 2 firsts in the final 4 races to grab 3rd overall. For Colin Rathbun and his Lime crew, it was reason to celebrate.
We're feeling great!
Awful. Absolutely awesome.
I'd like to introduce the Team Lime, Matthew Yonkel, Ant Whiting, Nick Kuna, and Fred Rubeck. Myself, Colin Rathbun, we had a great regatta, and we're loving it with Lime. Hot competition. We got Robbie Hurst, who's he's a local champion over here, and legend. We also even had the 4th in the J Worlds that were Colin Simmons who took 3rd. So we're pretty happy with the result against that kind of competition. So and these guys make it possible, make it happen. So
And what a great regatta.
oh, excellent regatta.
Warm water.
If you're not liking
Hot
sailing
racing.
here, you're not
That
going to
was
like
it.
it anywhere. Awesome.
We couldn't be happier.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
So that's it from this year's BVI Spring Regatta. It's been a really great event with superb Caribbean sailing conditions, excellent race management and a regatta village which has supplied all the party needs of nearly 1,000 sailors and supporters. This really is one of those must-do before I die regattas, so don't delay, put next year's event in your diary now and come and enjoy some seriously good racing and great shoreside fun. Visit the regatta website for all the results and to find out more about next year's event. See you then.